Have you recently been trying to nap train your baby, or maybe you're ready to take that step into nap training? Well, today I'm going to give you all of my best tips and tricks on how I got all three of my babies to nap during the day, coming right up.
I shut my eyes, trying not to speak, pretend that I'm dreaming. I smell your breath, not listening.
So before I begin, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Crystal. I have 3 children, all 5, 3, and 15 months old. So I have been through this 3 different times, and I gotta tell you, every single time has been somewhat different. But this last time that I have taken you guys along the whole journey with my step-by-step sleep training video where I actually do it and film my process and experience. And then I made a couple of other videos along with, what the FERBER method is and how to go about it, and also materials and things that you need to prepare yourself that you need for sleep training. So this is kind of just going along in that series of, this is something that I didn't get too much in depth before. So I wanted to give you guys, especially what tips and tricks that I used this time to really have it be a more successful experience. And y'all, I'm so grateful to be able to give you this information to help you through your sleep training journey for nap times. So let's go ahead and just jump right in and get started. Okay, so the very first thing that you need to take account for with nap training is having a schedule. It is so important to get your baby on a schedule, because if you are just napping anytime, anywhere you go, it's not really going to have that sense of security and knowing that it's safe to sleep here or there, this time, that time. Whenever you have a schedule for a baby, they have much more security in knowing what comes next. Their brain sometimes can't developmentally keep up and is hyperstimulated. So if you keep on a same schedule, it'll really help with the calming of going to sleep, and they'll actually know it's coming by taking cues for what you do during your day. Now, before you come up with your schedule, you need to figure out how many naps your baby needs. And you can figure that out by simply seeing how old your baby is. I'm gonna go ahead and insert a little picture here where you can actually see how many naps your baby needs and how long they should be sleeping. So this is really helpful whenever you're determining when to schedule your nap time. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my sample nap schedule just because it's helped us from 6 months and then still now. And my baby is still sleeping 2 times a day on schedule every single day. And I really don't think he's gonna be ready to move to that 1 nap a day, because sometimes he's still a little cranky. But we're gonna be transferring to that 1 nap really soon. But until then, I am just so happy with the 2 naps. Now that you have figured out what your nap schedule should look like, you need to go ahead and incorporate some cues for baby to understand that sleep time is coming next. Whether that's sitting down and reading a book, singing and cuddling, doing something sweet and gentle. Maybe you want to give a baby the bottle right before he or she goes to bed, anything like that where they know, okay, it's bedtime. And I obviously recommend whenever you give your baby a bottle, or maybe you're breastfeeding, you make sure that baby does not fall asleep. You have to take out any kind of sleep associations, any kind of crutches. The only thing that I sometimes encourage are pacifiers, but that's only if your baby is physically able to put the pacifier back in his or her mouth, because if baby can't do that, then baby's probably gonna wake up super angry. So pacifiers are definitely okay so long as baby can put it in and out of its mouth. What I actually did, my baby didn't take a pacifier until it was time for sleep training. We waited for about 6 months, and I think I actually tried at first and baby wasn't really into it, and then I put a pacifier clip on. Solved all my problems. So definitely look into getting a short pacifier clip. I'll go ahead and link one in the description. But I found this one super cute, and I don't have to worry about baby getting stuck in it and stuff. So definitely recommend getting one of those. So any other sleep associations you want to avoid are rocking to sleep, any kind of soothing where you're trying to get your baby tired. I think sometimes it's okay to try to soothe them where they want to fall asleep, but not really. I don't really believe in getting your baby drowsy and then putting them in bed, because the bed's not going to be comforting, just like you were. And so it's not going to really teach them to put themselves to sleep, which is what the goal is for any kind of sleep training. So Another thing I wanted to touch base on is if you are doing bedtime training, I highly recommend doing at least one session of sleep training at nighttime before you start doing any kind of nap time training. And it definitely helps, like big time, I'm telling you. This is what's helped me. With my first baby, I didn't do nap time training until weeks after I started bedtime training. With my other son, my second child, it was just all over the place, a huge mess. I learned a lot. He was like my learning baby. I'm not even kidding. So with this time around, I went straight into nap training right after our bedtime training, and I was completely astonished. You can see in my video whenever I was filming it, I was so amazed how immediate nap times got so much better after that first initial sleep training at night. So before we sleep trained for nap times or bedtimes, baby was waking up about 4 to 5 times a night, and it was just a nightmare. And he was always sleeping on me, and I would either lay down and breastfeed baby and then fall asleep that way, or I would put him in the swing, or we'd go for a car ride. But it was literally all over the place, and he would just sleep whenever, however long, and it was just terrible. I had no time for myself. I didn't have time to schedule anything out because I didn't know when baby was gonna sleep or not. So it was so crazy to see how baby went from sleeping like a 30-minute nap to like a 2-hour nap. It was just mind-blowing to me. And still to this day, he takes 2 to 3 hour naps. Sometimes he'll have a cat nap, which is an hour and a half, but still, that's pretty amazing. So once again, I highly recommend sleep train at naps right after you start doing bedtime sleep training. And I think that was like the biggest game changer for me. But let's go ahead and talk more into depth of what if your baby only sleeps for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and go into reasonings and how to fix your baby not taking long enough naps. So one reason why baby might not be sleeping long enough is because baby might be hungry. So make sure you're giving a bottle or feeding right before nap time to ensure your baby is not uncomfortable. Obviously, make sure you change your baby, you have appropriate clothing, it's not too hot, not too cold, pretty much like the basics, fundamentals for sleep training. And also, I highly recommend not sleep training if your baby is teething, sick in any way, dealing with a reflux issue, maybe they're not ready, and definitely not sleep training below 6 months, especially for nap time if baby is really not ready and still needing those super frequent feedings, which that might account for baby waking up too soon anyway. So make sure you are staying within those guidelines, and also make sure you have your schedule so baby is comfortable knowing that it's bedtime. And you might want to start doing that schedule beforehand. Even if you're rocking baby or feeding baby to sleep, doing those things and conditioning baby to understand that they're about to go to sleep after they read a book or cuddle or anything that you're doing will actually help them transition into the sleep training also. Okay, so now here's the big question. What do you do when baby doesn't sleep long enough? Well, here's what you do. First, decide, is that a full nap? A full nap sleep cycle for a baby is anywhere from around 20 minutes or so. So if it's a little less, a little more, about 20 minutes is your sweet spot for a legit nap. And if baby is sleeping only between 10 to 15 minutes before waking up crying again, you want to go ahead and throw in whatever FERBER method day you're on. If you're on the first day, if you're on the last day, you want to go ahead and do those check-ins. And those check-ins will really help ensure, the security, baby knows you're still there, and maybe that's all baby needs to know. But let them know that you are totally just fine. When you do a check-in, smile on your face, sweet soothing sounds, and have in whatever saying that you have. Mine is usually, okay baby, time to go to night-night, mommy loves you. And then I'll just pat the tummy, pat the head, love you, and walk right out. And you don't want to be like, oh baby, it's okay. Like, don't seem worried. Don't have like this fearful face on your, don't be frustrated, don't be angry. You need to be really calm because you are setting the tone for baby's environment. So do your check-ins. and try to get your baby to sleep that way. Now, I would say if it gets up to that 20-minute mark after baby has already been sleeping and then baby's still crying for about 20 to 30 minutes or so, then that's when I would say go ahead and take your baby out. Probably not going to fall asleep. They're already so frustrated and so riled up, and try again on your next nap. Now, if you do this consistently, even if you're up to 2 weeks, which is not usually normal, usually normal is about 1 week or so. So anything 2 weeks and above, I would definitely look into, is your baby old enough? Is your baby going through anything right now? Do they have tummy problems? Do they have, really bad teething? Are they sick in any way? Those things might make it super hard on your baby. But if you do this consistently and consider all of the things I have told you about, being calm, building yourself up for success. You need to set yourself up for success. Have everything you need, and I'll go ahead and put my link to what your baby needs for sleep training up here. Make sure you are having making your baby comfortable. This is not easy for them either, and you have to do your part in setting them up for success. So if you're doing all of those things and you're on your schedule, then you should be fine. Don't give up. Give it a few more days. Give it a few more hours. But the biggest problem with sleep training, honestly, is some parents throw in the towel too soon. Do not throw in the towel. Stand your ground, be firm, be loving, and be strong. You can do this. I know it may seem really hard right now, and trust me, I was there 3 times. Baby is not suffering. Baby is learning. This is a positive experience because this teaches your baby to sleep independently, and that is a huge developmental milestone that is it deserves a party. I'm not even kidding. Throw yourself a little mommy party when you're done. Whenever I sleep trained, I feel like I got my life back on track because baby wasn't attached to me 24/7, and it gave me a couple of breaks throughout the day to not only give my other children some more time, but it helped me to just take a breath, do something else. It made me such a better mom, and that's why I advocate for sleep training so much. So don't give up, stay consistent. You can definitely do this. And I wish you all the best of luck on your sleep training journeys, especially for naps because they are harder. But y'all, if you haven't watched my previous videos, make sure that you subscribe and you look for my sleep training playlist. And I have some more sleep training upcoming videos, like on how to do night weanings and how to adjust after there was, a disruptive break from sleep training, or what to do when your baby is sick, things like that. So make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on those videos as well. But like always, make sure to stay tuned, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But that's going to be it for today. Bye, y'all.